Nvidia's new RTX 5060 GPUs for laptops have finally arrived, and Asus have refreshed their entire lineup to include it. But they've also quietly launched a brand new budget model that fills a gap no one else is addressing yet. I'm here in Taipei for Computex 2025, and Asus have sponsored this video so I can get a first look at what they've brought to the show. Asus are adding the RTX 5060 everywhere, including their portable Zephyrus G14 and G16 models, the powerful Strix models in both 16 and 18 inches, and of course the budget-friendly TUF series too. In some cases, the 5060 models only have slight differences, but in others, they're basically the same as the higher-end configurations. But that can actually be a good thing. Take the ROG Strix G16 and G18 for example. Both use a vapor chamber cooler, and that stays the same regardless of whether the GPU is a 5080 or a 5060. So instead of the lower spec 5060 version getting downgraded to standard heat pipes, it keeps the same high-end cooling solution as the 5080 model, meaning the 5060 version should have excellent cooling, because the cooler is overbuilt for it. We also got a clearer look at the Zephyrus G14's cooling. This one does change depending on the configuration. Higher-end versions with RTX 5070 Ti or 5080 graphics have a 2mm thicker heatsink, which makes the whole laptop slightly thicker as a result. That's because those versions use larger fans to move more air. They have a larger heat pipe, and even an extra heat pipe over the VRMs to handle the extra power. Interestingly, the third fan isn't needed on those higher-end versions, as the thicker dual fans push air across the center as well. So if you're not chasing max performance, the RTX 5060 version of the G14 will be a bit thinner and lighter, while still offering good performance in a compact package. But the gaming laptop I was most interested in is the TUF A18, which is a brand new model from Asus. This is basically a bigger 18-inch model of their TUF A16, but it's also one of the only 18-inch models available for those with a tighter budget, making it perfect for those who want the benefits of a larger screen without spending more for a top-end model. The TUF A18 is powered by AMD's Ryzen 7 260 processor, which is using last generation Zen 4 Hawkpoint architecture and is essentially just a renamed 8845HS. But that's still a very capable processor, new confusing naming aside. Otherwise for graphics, it's available with either the RTX 5060 or 5070, both of which can run at their full 100-watt power limit. The 18-inch screen is available with either a 2560 by 1600 240Hz panel or a 1920 by 1200 144Hz panel. Both support G-Sync, and the lower tier panel still offers decent color gamut and fast response time. The A18 is about a pound or 500 grams lighter compared to any other 18-inch gaming laptop we've tested. I'm guessing it just doesn't need a ton of cooling inside, as it maxes out with 5070 graphics, though the cooler still looked fairly beefy. On the motherboard, we can see support for 2 sticks of DDR5 memory, 2 PCIe Gen 4 M.2 SSDs, and a Wi-Fi card. The A18 is powered by a 90Wh battery, and combined with the AMD processor, I'm expecting this thing to last longer on battery compared to the other, more power-hungry, Intel-based 18-inch models we've tested. It's got plenty of ports too, with most on the left-hand side, which will be out of the way for right-handed mouse users. One of them is older USB 2.0, but the rest of the ports are fast, and there's lots of them, so I can't complain too much. There's nothing on the back apart from air exhaust vents, and we can see that air comes in from the bottom panel where the fans are. The chiclet keyboard has 1.7mm of key travel with one zone of RGB backlighting, and it and the large touchpad felt alright to use. Overall build quality felt decent for a primarily plastic laptop, though the lid is metal with only subtle TUF branding. It's a pretty clean design overall. Along with the new TUF A18, Asus also has the smaller TUF A16, which has been refreshed with similar specs, but of course in a smaller 16-inch size. The even smaller TUF A14 has also been refreshed with RTX 5060 graphics too, but this one has AMD's newer Zen 5 processor inside, so a bit more CPU power. This isn't part of the sponsored video, but my partner travels to events like Computex and CES with the Asus TUF A14, simply because it's the lightest 14-inch gaming laptop we've ever tested. Something else that caught my eye was the XG Station 3, which is a Thunderbolt 5 eGPU dock, but it's one of the first I've actually seen. Thunderbolt 5 has been out for a while now, but eGPU docks still aren't widely widely available. I've been waiting patiently to see if the extra bandwidth from Thunderbolt 5 is enough to finally make eGPU gaming viable. So come on ASUS, let me borrow one of these. GPU cooling should be great because there's no shroud around it, which personally I suspect is because graphics cards have just gotten too big. There's still a lot to check out at Computex 2025, so get subscribed for all of my coverage. ASUS are adding the RTX 5060 to lots of their gaming laptops, but for details on those other models, you can check out my video from CES where I covered everything else in depth, like the Zephyrus series and Strix series, so I'll see you in that one next.